Hello.
How are you? How was your week?
It was so very busy, Lymor. I'm not sure I should even be on. I just got back from New York a few minutes ago from my bat mitzvah. So I will be here, but I'm
All
not
right, so
prepared.
just listen in. Then we'll
Thank
we'll
you.
skip you. We won't make you read.
Thank you. I can maybe read some, but it's just been a crazy busy week, but good. Thank God. Good. Good busy.
Good, exactly. Only for good things. So this is good.
Thank you.
Very, very good.
The bat mitzvah girl just transferred this year to the Heschel School. So she was
Okay.
very excited. Today was her bar mitzvah party, and yesterday it was in New York, which I couldn't get to. But I was there for the party, and it was lovely. Lovely, lovely to see young, beautiful Jewish children.
Right. Exactly.
How was your week?
Good. This is between mid-October and early December is my busy time at work, where not only is the business itself busy, but I have like budgets and reporting to do, like special reporting for owners and things like that as we get towards the end of the year. So it's always busy. So I was kind of glad that like my, I ran a national program called Reverse Tashlich for Women's League. And that ended October 2nd. Like we still have a catch-up meeting and whatever, at the end of the month, at the end of November, actually. But I don't start working on the convention stuff. I'm on the convention committee. I don't start working on that stuff until late December, early January. So it's actually worked out very well on how I volunteered myself and what, and what's going on. So that's good.
Good, very good.
So, yeah.
You have to be fabulously organized, Lymor, to do everything that you do and do it so well.
Thank you. I'm organized. I'm an accountant by trade. So that's kind of like my thing. I have to compartmentalize things and have a schedule and that sort of thing. So yes. But when something falls through the cracks, I kick myself. I'm like, oh, like, why didn't you pay more attention, or why'd you take on too much, or, any of that. So
thank God you're human.
So, well, exactly. That's exactly what I say. I'm like, well, I guess I'm just human like everybody else. So Terry, did you understand which email didn't you get? I sent 3 emails.
I had gotten the one where the pages are all listed.
Yeah.
In the various Sidoras.
Okay, that was the 3rd one. Perfect.
And I got something that said that
there was an email that had the 4 recordings of
that a
cottage.
second.
Right.
And then the second email was the Aliyah Torah recordings.
Right.
But it didn't have the blessings.
It had sound files, not the written blessings.
Oh, that didn't come through.
Okay, so it might be too big. So what I'll do, let me write this down. What I'll do is I'll send each file to you under a separate email. So
Okay.
it comes through, but you're gonna get 6 emails, just so you know.
Well, better than not having any.
Right,
or not
right.
having enough.
Exactly. And I actually can have them put this on all these on the website too. Like if they're too big or whatever. Each voice memo in an email. 6. Okay, that way I'll remember what I was talking about. Because sometimes I get to the end of these lessons and then I'm like, what did I write? What was I doing? I feel bad that I don't remember what it was. But it's okay. Other people do it to me too. I had something at work where I needed help with something, and he said to me, okay, Friday morning, I'm free Friday. I said, okay, morning is better. So he sent me an invite, and we got on the call, and he starts talking about something. I'm like, no, that's not what I needed help with. This is what I needed help with. He's like, oh, okay, that's easy. And he showed me and whatever, and it was done. But he had like an hour and a half on the invite. And I was like, it's going to take an hour and a half to do this. But that freed up my Friday, which was kind of nice. So. Ugh. So my mother was on a 2-week vacation to Morocco. She went on an organized trip, and she's coming back tonight. And I looked and I was like, oh, she's landing right at 7 o'clock at JFK, which is not close to me, in New York City. And so my husband's like, I'll go pick her up. It's fine. I was like, okay, good. I said to my husband, it's my second class. He's like, well, last week it was your first class. You're going to go to the game. He's like, but okay, fine. So I sent him, and he is, and she landed at 7 Eastern time. It's now 7:36. And so she's got to get off the plane and go through customs and that sort of thing. But he's just now crossing the George Washington Bridge. Like, he has another 40 minutes drive, which is fine, because we usually say when you're on an international flight, I'll meet you an hour after it lands. It takes an hour to go through customs and that sort of thing. And when we're on domestic flights, it's 20 minutes. Like, we have a little system. So, and my mother won't mind waiting for him. She, like, the person that's getting picked up doesn't have the authority to be, upset over that. But we looked to see if we could Uber or Lyft her home, because we saw it was going to be almost 2 hours for him to get to the airport. And the Lyft was $180.
Oh my, that's expensive.
All right, so we'll go. Jack was like, I'll go pick her up. Right. I thought if it was $100 or just less than $100, it's worth it. Then Jack has to be in the car for 2 hours going there.
Right.
Probably an hour coming home. But yeah. So he hasn't even crossed the bridge yet. So I owe him big time then for this. He actually dropped her off too 2 weeks ago, because her flight was in the middle of the day, and he has a much more flexible schedule than I do. So he's like, oh, that's fine, I'll take her. And he took her, and he went out to dinner with a friend in Queens and whatever, and made an evening out of it. But yeah, so all good. All right, it is 7:40. I guess we're going to get started with everybody we have here. Sandra,
Yes,
how are you?
good. My video is not working. My son's going to fix it.
Not a problem. I just wanted to make sure you were there. Okay, and whoever else comes. I know Rose, there's a woman, Rose, she lives in California, and last week she thought it was 7:30 her time. So I emailed her this morning to remind her that it's 7:30 the Eastern time. So hopefully she'll join us. But anyway, so I thought it would be easier to cover the Siddur, the Siddur backwards, meaning starting at Aleinu and going backwards, because we know, we tend to know the end of the service better than we know the beginning of the service. So I thought if we start with things we know, that'll give us a little bit of confidence as we go back into the things that maybe we don't know, because we don't get to shul, at 9 in the morning. So, okay. So Aleinu is page, I should open up that little fun file that I have with all the page numbers in it. But page in Lev Shalem 205, in the small seam Shalom 510, and in the what's SF mean? I can't remember what these codes are. Somebody else created this, which was very nice. Page 183 is, I think the the SSS is the big seam Shalom
Right, that's what I have, I
510.
think.
And the little one, the skinnier one, is page 183, which is the link that I sent out if you're using the link. Okay. So, all right. Terry, you want to go first? Is everybody on the page? Everybody's good? Sandra, you're good?
I'm on the page.
Okay, good. That's half the battle. So, all right, Terry, you want to start?
Aleinu,
To
Yes.
start reading it, I'll interrupt if I want to, if I want to tweak a little bit, and read for as long as you want. You can read that whole first paragraph. If you want to go on, you can go on. Since we're three people, we'll do a little bit more. Okay.
Aleinu Lashab Beya,
Yes. Now you remember that you said it perfectly. You remember that when the chet has the ah vowel under it, and it's preceded by a letter with a vowel, it's ach, not cha, right? Because phonetically, if you said this, it would be cha, but you did it correctly with the ach. But I just wanted to remind everybody of that exception to the rule. Keep going. I'm sorry.
La Adon,
Uh-huh.
Hakol, La Tate,
Mhm.
Goody, Goodula,
Yes.
Le Yozer,
Yep. And if that's how you're pronouncing it, that's fine. But just a reminder that that's a tzaddik, so it's leotzer. But that's fine if you're not doing the so like in pizza. If you're just doing the z because that's how you're pronouncing it, that's fine too.
how did you pronounce it?
Leotzer.
Leotzer.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Beer sheet.
Array sheet.
Right.
Beer sheet.
Right. So take the syllables. So the first letter is one syllable, be. The next two letters, re. The last three letters, sheet. Be, re, sheet.
Sheet.
Yep.
Ray sheet. Shallow. Asanu.
Yes. The sin. Perfect.
Bug.
That's a kaf. Ka.
Go.
That's it. So that's a kaf. So it's ke,
Oh,
ke. And the bet and the kaf are very similar. The bet just has a little tail.
Right.
Ke. The next two letters go. The last two letters yay. Ke, go, yay.
go yay.
Mm-hmm.
Radsot.
Yes.
Below. Shemaim. No.
Sa.
Yeah. Samenu.
Samanu.
Samanu.
Uh-huh.
Chim. Piot.
Okay, so that one's a hard one. The kaf, because it's the beginning of the word, is going to say ke. The next two letters are mish,
Mish.
pe, chot. Now, when there's two letters with, now the rule about the shva is at the beginning of the word, it utters a sound. In the middle of the word, it's just a syllable stopper. However, when two shvas appear together, the first one's a syllable stopper and the second one makes a sound. So this word is ke, mish, pe, chot.
Mishpachot.
Ke,
Mish.
mish, pe, chot.
Out.
Because the second shva is going to make a sound. Right? It's the opposite of English.
Mhm.
When two vowels go walking, the first does the talking. In Hebrew, when two vowels go walking, the first is silent and the second does the talking. So for example, let me find something on the page here. Okay, so go down to before the alkane, which is in bold, 2 lines up. Hayom v'hashevota. That ha has a shva and a patach, the line that says a. So those are two vowels walking together. The first one's silent, the second one speaks. So it's the opposite of English. Okay, so back up to the second line. Kemishbechot.
Ha'adama. Shlo.
Right. And
Yeah,
that's 2 syllables. She, lo.
Some. Halkanu.
Yes.
Ba. What's it
Ka.
called?
Ka.
Kahem. Go. Let's see. Alenu.
Yes.
Hol.
Yes.
Ham. Me. Hamo. Nam.
Yes. And remember, in the kechol, that's what we call a kamatz katan, even though it's an ah vowel, it says oh. All right, so I'm going to read that whole paragraph right after you a little faster now, okay? So let's see if you can all follow along. Aleinu leshabeach la'adon hakol latet gedula leyotzer breshit shelo asanu kegoyei ha'aratzot velo samanu kemishpechot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem vegoralenu kechol hamonam. Okay. All right. Who wants to read next?
I'll try.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll
Go
try.
ahead.
V'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noten shemayim v'yotzer.
Okay. Veyo said. Is that a resh? Hold on. I can't even see if that's a resh or a d or a dalet. It's a dalet. Veyo said.
Yes.
Veyo said.
V'yosed aretz umoshav yakaru bashamayim
Yakaro. Yeah.
yakaro bashamayim nima al Umoshi, Ush, Ushkinat, Ozer,
U.
Uzo,
Mhm.
Bagave,
Hey. Yep.
okay, Maronim, Hu, Eloheinu, Ein Od, Emet, Malkenu, Aface,
Fs.
Fs, Zulato,
Mhm.
Kahahov,
Ka. Tuv.
Hatu, Vatorato, Vyata, Chaim,
Hayom.
Hayom, Hashve Votav, El, Levavcha, Ki, Adonai, Hu, Elohim, Bashamayim, Nimal, Vial, Haaretz, Mitachat, Ein Od.
Perfect. All right, I'm going to read it again. Just so I'm reading it slower, I'm going to enunciate everything. Ve'anachnu kor'im umishtachavim umodim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu shehu noteh shamayim veyosed aretz umoshav yekaro bashamayim mima'al ushchinat uzo begovhei meromim hu Eloheinu ein od emet malkeinu efes zulato kakatuv betorato veyadata hayom vehashevota el levavecha ki Adonai hu ha-Elohim bashamayim mima'al ve'al haaretz mitachat ein od. Okay. Now, anything in these first two paragraphs of the Aleinu that you say to yourself, wait a minute, when I hear it at synagogue, it sounds like this. Why are we pronouncing it like this? Anybody have any of those? I don't have any specific examples, but if you do, I want to address those. No? Okay, good. And don't be afraid as we go through these prayers to say, hey, wait a minute. At synagogue, I usually hear it like this. And a lot of times, like I said, when we were doing Shalom Aleichem last semester, that it's about getting the music to match, to match the melody of the words, right? And so sometimes it's that. Sometimes I'll pronounce it wrong because as Lila, as Libby like to point out, I'm human. And sometimes I can tell you that other people don't pronounce it properly. One thing I do want to say, I want to get on my soapbox about this. When we have the Anachnu Kor'im Umishtachavim Umodim, that's when we bow, right?
Yeah.
Now, the word Ve'anachnu means and we. Kor'im means bend our knees. Mishtachavim means bow. Umodim, and we get up. Now, if you look at when people bow, when I learned it, you say ve'anachnu. When you say korim, you bend your knees. Mishtachavim, you bow. And modim, you get up. And you're supposed to get up, and you're supposed to be completely straight before you hit the word melech after that, lifnei melech. Because people wanted to make sure that they were up before lifnei melech, they start bowing at ve'anachnu. So you'll notice that. And I notice that all the time. It's a pet peeve of mine, but you don't have to change how you're doing it because of that, because it doesn't negate your prayer. So anyway, but I just thought I'd mention that little fun fact. Okay. The third paragraph of Aleinu is one that when we say it at shul, it's so fast, right? It's, we're like, oh, ve'al haaretz mitachat ein od, and we go like, it's like this long thing. Then we go, and we just start going very fast. So I know this one we're going to spend a little time on, which is fine. Sandra, do you want to read a little bit?
I'm having difficulty with the print. It's too small.
It's too small for you? You are on the internet or you are in a book?
I'm in the book. I have the printout. The
Okay.
printout that you gave from the book.
Okay.
But I have a magnifying glass as well, but I have difficulty seeing the vowels.
I can imagine. And when it's a dalet and a bet and all that. So that is difficult.
It's not that, it's the vowels that I can't see that well.
Okay. So here's my suggestion. I happen to have a setup here where I have a laptop and a second screen, but if I didn't have a second screen, it doesn't matter. If you pull up the Sidur online, and let me share my screen so I can show you what I'm looking at. Oh, I'm not the host. Hold on. Let me make myself the host. Because it said host will not let you share it. I'm like, but wait a minute. I thought I was the host. Okay, now I'm the host. So now I could share my screen. Okay. So I'm going to share screen 2. Screen 2. And I'm going to go to this. Okay. So on my screen, I have this up. And what I can do is I can actually see how this is 125%. I can make this bigger and bigger.
Yeah, that's good.
So I can see it. So when your son helps you with the camera and all of that, ask him how to, and I will, do you know how to get something from the chat?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to send this link. I actually like this link better than the one I had been sending. And I'm going to put this in the recap this week. Hold on one second. Let me just put it. I'm just going to throw it in an email so that's ready to go. So this is actually Congregation Beth Shalom in Northbrook, Illinois. They have all of the PDFs here. So the one we're looking at right now is Shabbat Musaf. And so that's where I'm getting this from. And it's actually, I happen to like it a lot because you can zoom in on it and all of that. Where'd Aleinu go? There it is. Okay. So if you want, I can leave this up on the screen for you to see.
Yeah, that's better.
Can you read that? Do you want to make it bigger?
No.
Okay. So now you can read off the screen and you could participate, okay?
Al Kain Nikar Be Lacha Adonai Eloheinu Lirot Mehera Batif Eret Uzecher
Uzecha.
Laha Bir Galulim Min Haaretz
Yes.
Bahar Ali Lim,
That's ha'elilim.
ha'elim,
Ha'elilim.
karot, yikad re, tun, letekain, olam,
Letakain.
letekain, olam, bamal, hut, shaddai, bechel, b'nai, basar, yikra, yikranu,
Yik.
b'shab-
This is when we have the two shkas again. Yik re u. Yik re u.
ikreu,
Uh-huh.
b'shemecha, lahav, lahav, note, elecha, call, yish, rish a, aretz, yaki, kiru, v'yedu, call, yoshabe, bye,
Yoshve.
say, te, 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 table, table,
Tevel.
table, ki, lecha, tachrat, call,
Tichra.
tichra, call, erech, tashaba, call, lashoch,
That's a nun. Lashon. Yep.
Shown, yeah. Lefanecha, Adonai, Eloheinu, Yichreu, Vayiplo, Lu, Vod, Shimcha, Yachar, Yitenu, Bakat, Bulu, Kulam et al. Kuchtecha, Tim, Timlocha, no, Timloch,
Good.
Alehem, Behera, Leolam, Baed, Ki Hamal, Chot,
Chut.
Shalcha, He, Omei, Ad, Timloch, Bachat, Bot, Kakatu,
Mhm.
Torah, Techa, Adonai, Yimloch, Leolam Ba'ed, by Emar, Bahai, Yah, Adonai, Lemelech, Al Kol, Rech,
Retz.
Retz, Bayom, Hahu, Yeh, Adonai, Achad, Ushamo, Ata.
Okay. Wow. Okay. A lot. Now you need a little breath and a little breather and a relax. Okay. I will read it and I'll go slow also so I can pronounce everything. Al kain nekaveh lecha Adonai Eloheinu lirot meheira betiferet uzecha lehaavir gilulim. I'm going to stop right there for a second. You see the dots inside the consonants, not the oo vowel, but the gilu.
Yeah.
That's a grammatical thing that they want you to enunciate on that consonant, right? That's where they want the emphasis, right? And when there's two together, they want you to emphasize each one even more. So just, gilulim min haaretz veha-elilim karot yikaretun letaken olam bemalchut Shaddai vechol bnei basar yikreu vishmecha lehafnot eilecha kol rish'ei aretz yakiru veyed'u kol yoshvei tevel ki lecha tichra kol berech tishava kol lashon lefanecha Adonai Eloheinu yichreu veyipolu velichvod shimcha yekar yitenu vikablu chulam et ol malchutecha vetimloch aleihem meheira leolam vaed ki hamalchut shelcha hi uleol mei ad timloch bechavod kakatuv betoratecha Adonai yimloch leolam vaed vene'emar vehaya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu ihiyeh Adonai echad ushemo echad. Okay. Questions? Any questions on the prayer itself or anything?
No.
Okay. All right. So the good thing is the next prayer back is Ein Kelohenu. And this is pretty easy because the words repeat. The first word repeats, and then the second words repeat in just a different in a different way. I have on me. So, okay. All right, Libby, you want to start us off with the first 4 phrases?
What page are we on? I'm
sorry. Ein Kelohenu, page 182 in the small one, page, hold on. Page 508 in the Siddur you're in, and Terry, you're in Lev Shalom, so you're on 204.
No, I'm in the
Okay.
Sim Shalom.
Oh, you're in Sim Shalom, 510. Okay. And
Ein-
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
keep I'm gonna keep this up for Sandra so she doesn't have to strain herself.
Ein Kelohenu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkenu, Ein Kamoshienu.
Perfect. Terry,
I'm
the
sorry.
next four. That's okay. We did so long, the other ones, we'll do a little short here. Go ahead, Terry.
Me Kelohenu, me Hadonenu, me Kimalkenu, me Kamoshienu.
Now, on that one, it's cha. So on the first one, it's ein Kelohenu, ein kadonenu. The second one, it's mi Chelohenu, mi Chadonenu, mi Chemalkenu, mi Chamoshienu. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, Sandra, you're up for the next four.
No de Lelohenu, no de la Donenu, no de la Malenu, no Malkenu, no de Moshienu.
Right? Le Moshienu. Okay, back to you, Libby.
Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkenu, Baruch Moshienu.
Terry.
Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkenu, Atahu Moshienu.
Okay, Sandra, sorry, you're getting the one non-repeat, Sandra.
Atohu Shehi Shehi Atohu Shehi Teru
Yep,
Avotenu Lipna Lefanecha et Katorat Hasamin
Yep.
Hasamin.
yep. So that last line is Atahu Shehiktiru Avotenu Lefanecha et Ketoret Hasamim. Okay. So, all right, now I'm going to stop sharing for 1 second so I can go to my little cheat sheet and see how far I wanted to get today. Okay. So if we go again back in the prayer book, we have Kaddish Shalem, which is a little bit different than the Chatzi Kaddish, right? Or we did the Kaddish Yatom, right? Which is the mourner's Kaddish. So here, everything in the first paragraph is the same as the mourners. The reply is the same, and the first paragraph's the same. So really, the third paragraph from the bottom is where we want to just read and make sure we know this type of Kaddish. Okay. Now, whenever you see a Kaddish, whether it's a Shalem or a Chatzi Kaddish, and we'll go over those, all that is like it's alerting the congregation we're finishing up something, right? It's kind of like when you have a 3-ring notebook and you have dividers in it. These Kaddishes are the dividers, right? Like, okay, this one's saying we just finished the Amida. We're going to do the concluding prayers of the service. And a Kaddish, even though we say it as a mourner's Kaddish and that sort of thing, if you look at the translation of the Kaddish, you're basically just extolling God and saying how wonderful God is and how much you love God, right? So that's what we're doing here. Is this Kaddish Shalem is after the Amida, before the last few prayers, announcements, mourner's Kaddish, all that stuff that keep you from Kiddush. So if you walk into any sanctuary anywhere in the world, right, whether it's Reform, well, the Reform don't do Musaf, so we won't even go there, but a Reform synagogue, a conservative synagogue, an Orthodox synagogue, a traditional, a Sephardic, and anything, you know, anywhere in the world, and you hear Kaddish, you know, we're in between one thing and another. You know, we might be just starting Torah service or just ending Torah service or something like that, but it gives you kind of an idea of where do I open this prayer book to. So, okay, so let's start with Tit Kabal. Let's go in a different order. Terry, why don't you start with Tit Kabal, that line and a half.
Where is that?
That is the third paragraph from the bottom on the Kaddish Shalem, which is page,
506,
yes.
but Tikaba,
So
Is
it's
that
the
where-
last paragraph is Oseh, then Yehei, and then Tit Kabal. So third paragraph up from the bottom.
each 2 lines constitutes a
Yes.
paragraph?
Each 2 lines is, yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
Tit Kadal, no, Tit Kabal. Silo home,
Yep, slow tone.
Silo home. Uva Utahon.
Mhm.
Decall
Da, right? Da, that's a
Yisrael.
shah, so just da, right? Dechol.
Kadam.
It's actually
Yeah.
kodam. Do you have under that first kuf the kamatz katan that makes it an
Yeah.
O sound? Kodam.
Kodam.
Kodam, yeah.
Kodam. Avu. Tain.
Avuhon.
Avuhon. D. Bish. Maya. No.
Yeah. Mhm.
Maya. Which is it?
Maya. Vishmaya.
Okay. V'imro, amen. V'imru, amen.
Perfect. All right, Sandra, do the next line.
Yehei Shalom. Oh,
Oh, wait, let me put it up for you. Hold on. Let me share my screen. There you go. Sorry. And you're going to start right here.
yeah. Yehei Shalama Rabbah Min Shemarya B'chayim Aleinu Ba'al Kol Yisrael V'imaru Amen.
Perfect. All right, Libby, you get the easy one, I guess.
Say shalom, bimro mav, hu say shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
There you go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so I think we're going to stop here. Next week, I'm just going to scroll up to show you. Next week, we're going to start with the Amida, and we're going to start at the beginning of the Amida, right? So we're going to start we're gonna start on page, whatever that I'm on page 156 in this book, but whatever.
Give
And we're
me-
gonna do these blessings, and we're gonna do, you know, the first 3 blessings and the Kedusha part with Kadosh, 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 and all that. And we'll go through all of that. Okay. Any questions on what we covered today?
No, that was good.
Was good?
Yes.
Thank you, Lymor.
I
You're
feel like
always
if we go
wonderful.
backwards, because you do know, like, again, everybody tends to come later to the service. You're going to know this stuff. It's going to be easier. So when we get to the Amida, you're going to know. When we get to the, you know, the Torah service, when we finally get to Shacharit, that's when we're going to have to work a little bit harder. But, you know, I want your Hebrew reading to improve over that time. So I think that's the best way. So hopefully that'll be good. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right,
Thank
Sandra, if
you.
you have any trouble technologically or whatever, and your son's over there, you could try to give me a call or text me and see if I'm available, and I can walk through with him, all of that. Okay.
How many weeks is this course?
So, we're gonna go through probably, through February. I'm not sure the beginning of February or mid-February, we'll see. We're gonna take 2 weeks off for Hanukkah, Christmas, and New Year's, but we started late. So most of these classes end in December, but we started, you know, 6 weeks later, I think, or 4 weeks later than everybody else because of all the Jewish holidays. So we're gonna keep going. And what I'll tell you is that, when we keep going, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do you want to keep going? Here's what we'll do next week. Do you want to keep going? Here's what we're going to do next week. And if at any point, Sandra, you're like, okay, I've done enough. I get it. I'm good. You don't have to come anymore.
Oh, I wouldn't be that good.
I'm just saying, like, it, you know, if you've got the gist of it and you say, well, I can read this on my own, I can do this on my own, I don't have to come to the class, that's fine. So when we get to like Christmas, New Year's, we're definitely going to go through all of January. And we'll start talking in January about, do we want to end beginning of February, mid-February? What do we want to do? And it also depends when they start the new semester of classes. But I plan on going right through the next semester.
Okay.
So,
Sounds wonderful.
so to me, when we start this class will go on to intermediate. When we go on to intermediate, we'll just go right through. And then the first day of intermediate, we'll start with whatever that curriculum is.
But when they do the Amida, it's so fast and you never could get done.
So we're going to go through the Amida. We're going to start with the 3 blessings. We're going to do that. We're going to try to do everything that we do in the repetition. We're going to try to do. And then, you know, it's really, and again, I'm going to ask you guys, do you like we just did Kaddish Shalem? Unless you're leading services, you don't need to know those last 3 paragraphs, right? Tit kabal, slot on, vat on, you know, you don't never say that. You listen to that. No, you don't have to say that. So when we get to the Amida, I will say, this is the next paragraph. Normally they don't, you know, normally it's a repetition. The Chazan says it. We don't say it. Do you want to learn it? You want to learn it? Most of the people want to learn it. We'll do it. Like, that's how we're going to go through the Amida. Because the Amida could be the entire class, the entire 12, 14 weeks of class. So so I'm going to take your lead because it's you, you know, it's you who wants to be able to follow along. So the Amida and the Kedusha, I think, are super important. And then we're going to go through and say, okay, Yismechu, that we sing. Let's do that. Let's get all the words down. Let's, you know, that sort of thing. And we'll go through it that way. Okay.
Right.
Lymor, I'm sorry that I can't make the class next Sunday. I have a wedding.
Wonderful. Only good things. Only good things.
Thank you.
Well, you know that the classes are recorded. Next week, I told you we're going to do next week. We're going to do the first 3 blessings, and hopefully we'll get through the Kedusha, but you'll see the recap. And if you need a little help, let me know, and we can hop on a call during the week. Okay.
Thank you. You're a sweetheart. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Good night.
Thank
night.
you.